Mom. Stealing candy, Mal. So disappointed. It was from a baby.
The Descendants franchise is officially coming back for a 5th installment, and production is gearing up to start soon. Following the success of Descendants: The Rise of Red, this new chapter will continue the story of Red, Kylie Cantrall, the rebellious daughter of the Queen of Hearts, and Chloe, Malia Baker, Cinderella's perfectionist daughter. Both actresses are set to reprise their roles as we dive deeper into their post-time travel adventures. So, let's dive into everything we know about the upcoming movie. The movie will primarily take place in present-day Wonderland, meaning more whimsical chaos is on the way. Leonardo Nam will also return as Maddox Hatter, son of the Mad Hatter. But it's not just about the familiar faces. Several new characters are making their Descendants debut. Liamani Segura, High School Musical: The Musical the Series, will play Red's sister Pink, while Brendan Tremblay Alter joins as Max Hatter, Maddox's son. Alexandro Bird, the legend of Juan Jose Mundo, is stepping in as Luis Madrigal, the son of Encanto's Luisa Madrigal. And Kiara Romero, the J-Team Drowning, will take on the role of Hazel Hook, Captain Hook's daughter. The film will pick up where The Rise of Red left off, exploring the consequences of Red and Chloe's time-traveling journey. That ominous warning from the last movie, "There are consequences when you alter the fabric of time," is bound to shake things up in Wonderland. With the past meddled with, who knows what ripple effects they'll have to deal with. Kimmy Gatewood, The Babysitters Club, is set to direct, working from a script by Tamara Chesna, Sneakerella, Dan Frey, and Rue Summer, The Rise of Red. Franchise veterans Suzanne Todd and Gary Marsh are back as executive producers, ensuring that the Descendants' magic stays intact. Meanwhile, Emmy-winning choreographer Emilio Dosal, Wicked Sneakerella, is also joining the team, meaning we can expect some next-level musical numbers. The Descendants franchise has been a powerhouse for Disney since its debut, consistently pulling in massive viewership numbers. The first 3 movies were the most watched cable films of their respective years, while The Rise of Red dominated Disney Plus in 2023 as the most watched original movie among kids 6 to 11 and girls 6 to 11. It's safe to say that the fandom's love for this world isn't fading anytime soon. With an exciting mix of returning favorites and fresh faces, Descendants 5 is shaping up to be another magical ride filled with magic, adventure, and of course a little bit of villainous fun. With Descendants 5 already expanding into Alice in Wonderland and Encanto territory, there's plenty of room for more unexpected villains to make their mark. Since the franchise has already used iconic baddies like Maleficent, the Evil Queen, Jafar, and Ursula, the next logical step would be to introduce descendants of villains who haven't had their time in the spotlight yet. And I think Yzma is one of Disney's most eccentric and comedic villains, yet her presence has been completely absent in Descendants so far. Given her knack for potions, mad science, and dramatic flair, a descendant of Yzma could bring an interesting mix of humor and chaos to the franchise. Imagine a grandchild who's torn between wanting to prove they're a serious villain and constantly dealing with wacky Kuzco-like interruptions. Plus, they could carry on Yzma's obsession with alchemy and transformation magic, making them a perfect fit for a Wonderland setting. Despite his powerful dark magic and connection to the spirit world, Dr. Facilier has yet to have a descendant in the Descendants universe. A child or grandchild of the Shadow Man could bring a unique supernatural element to the story, possibly struggling with their inherited connection to the friends on the other side. This character could be a wild card, perhaps trying to escape their dark legacy while also being tempted by the power that Facilier once wielded. Mother Gothel's cunning and manipulation skills make her one of Disney's most sinister villains, yet Descendants has never explored her lineage. A descendant of Gothel could grapple with issues of trust and control, perhaps trying to shake off the manipulative tendencies they've inherited. With Tangled's emphasis on magic and youth, this character could also bring in an interesting subplot involving enchantments, much like Gothel's obsession with the magical golden flower. This would be a deep cut, but Descendants has yet to explore anything from The Black Cauldron, one of Disney's darker films. The Horned King is a terrifying skeletal sorcerer with an army of the undead, making his descendant a particularly eerie addition. This character could struggle with an inherited connection to dark magic, possibly trying to find their place among the more flamboyant, trickster-like villains in Wonderland. Clayton is often overlooked as a Disney villain, but his ruthless ambition and disregard for nature make him an interesting candidate for Descendants 5. His descendant could be a hunter or adventurer, someone who struggles between their desire for power and a newfound respect for the natural world. This would be an interesting contrast to characters like Luis Madrigal from Encanto, whose family is deeply connected to nature and strength. This would be an unexpected but fun addition. King Candy, aka Turbo, is a villain with a digital twist, and his descendant could bring a more tech-savvy, chaotic energy to Descendants. This character might be a master of illusions, deception, and hacking into magical systems, perhaps even challenging Wonderland's rules of reality in unpredictable ways. A descendant of Ratigan would also add a classy yet menacing presence to Descendants 5. Known for his intelligence and temper, Ratigan's child could be a master schemer, someone who prides themselves on being more sophisticated than the typical villain, but still struggles with an uncontrollable rage. This could lead to comedic moments where they try to stay calm and composed but end up losing their temper just like their ancestor. This is another unexpected pick, but the bowler hat guy, aka Goob from Meet the Robinses, is technically a Disney villain. His descendant could be someone who constantly gets in their own way, always plotting grand schemes, but ultimately failing because they can't let go of past grudges. This would be a different kind of villain compared to the others, bringing more of a tragicomic energy to the mix. While Amos Slade is more of a grumpy antagonist than a traditional villain, his legacy could still carry weight in the Descendants world. A descendant of Amos could struggle with themes of prejudice and change, learning that their family's old ways of thinking no longer fit in a modern world. This would be a great opportunity to add a redemptive arc, showing how even descendants of past villains can break cycles of negativity. Tamatoa, the giant treasure-hoarding crab from Moana, would be a hilarious and flamboyant addition to the Descendants universe. His descendant could be just as obsessed with wealth and status, constantly looking for ways to make a name for themselves. A character like this would fit right into Wonderland, adding even more chaotic energy to an already unpredictable setting. With Descendants 5 pulling from newer Disney films and expanding into Wonderland, it wouldn't be surprising if more unexpected villains like these started making their way into the story. Including characters from The Emperor's New Groove, The Princess and the Frog, Tangled, and even Meet the Robinsons would prove that Disney isn't just sticking to its Golden Age classics anymore. Instead, they're embracing a wider range of villains, which could breathe new life into the franchise. If Disney keeps going down this path, there's no telling how big Descendants could get. We might even see characters from Coco, Zootopia, or Inside Out in future installments. One thing's for sure, Descendants 5 is just the beginning of a much bigger expansion for the series. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop, and if you want, you can share your thoughts about this video in the comments.